So we were talking about the, how old were you when you first met Dr. Mingle?
Let's see. I was 3.5 in Auschwitz. '15.
So you were under
under 15. Yeah.
So you were.
I made myself older.
And tell me about that.
I looked older.
Did they ask?
And they did.
Tell me about that. Did they come by and say, how old are you?
No. Well, after that one bath, we had 2 of them. They scared the hell out of us. Because we thought that's when they're going to, pick us out. And we went back to the barrack, and we were laying down, and all of a sudden Mengele walked in. And so he only looked and pulled few pieces, I would say a few ladies to the side. But then he came back and went through us. As long as, we don't have any scars or glasses or whatever you want. Well, at one point he will ask you, are you 38? Are you younger or are you older? And he left me alone, so he didn't hear, didn't call me on that.
So you just looked older?
I looked older.
And
I made myself older.
How'd you do that?
Standing next to my mother. And I was developed better than other people because I had more to eat through my mother.
And
Theresienstadt.
So because your mother was able to?
Right, help me.
Okay, and that goes?
She helped Daddy and she helped me.
Okay, so you were left alone as far as you were put into the group.
That was the first time they did not pick me. Mm-hmm. It was the second time that they picked and chose me to go to the munition factory.
And why was that, do you think?
What?
Why was that, do you think?
Well, because the city didn't have many people to work. And they needed working labor,
And what made you special? Was it your age or you were healthy?
My look.
Your look?
Mm-hmm. I had to be developed.
Okay. So you were in Auschwitz for 4 days.
Yeah.
Correct. And while there, you were. Is this when you were really learning about what was really truly going on?
No, I didn't learn nothing. I was praying that I should get out of there.
Sure. What were you hearing from? What were they?
Well, one person said, "Yes, your dad is alive," but then another person said, "Yeah, he was beaten up and they killed him," and so we had all kind of rumors going. And my mother, when we came back to Theresienstadt, this is the most funniest thing. She met a guy who was reading Future in the Hand. And he told her that Dad is alive and all this stuff. And she came running to me. You see, Dad is... And sure enough, 2 days later, they showed up.
So the palm reader was right.
Yeah, the palm reader was right.
Let's,
And this is really funny, I want you to know.
That's outstanding.
Because this man was still working, I think, in the library or someplace in the Theresienstadt, and they kept him there longer to finish up on the books and what they can use, what they cannot use, Mm-hmm. And so he had to stay longer there. And he was a friend of my parents.
Sure.
Yeah.
The end was close, although you didn't know. You didn't know that the Russians were closing in.
No, this I had no idea. I heard about it. I heard about it approximately as we approached walking toward Theresienstadt. And we recognized, as they let us out from the wagon, I recognized places we worked
Oh, okay.
in the garden and stuff like that.
What happened the day you left Auschwitz?
The first wagon with my girlfriend
How
stopped.
did you get chosen? I mean, did they just come in and
just 1, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, faster than you think.
Oh, okay, so it was literally they brought you out.
Yes, and counted up to 5 for the row, and once they had 100, that was filled up. Next, another train, you know. So it's.
Were they emptying out Auschwitz at the time?
No.
Okay, so you had no idea why you were moving.
No. They tried to empty Flossenburg. I heard about it. Mm-hmm. But Auschwitz was still not on the list.
Okay. While you were in Auschwitz that short time, were there were reports of like Jewish people that would, I don't want to use the term turn, but they would work for the Germans, thinking that if they worked for the SS, then they would get favorable treatment.
Privileges, right.
Tell me about that. What did you know about that, or what did you heard?
Not much, because I was there very short and was just a child, you know, so I really didn't. But automatically you knew, like women who tried to get special privileges talked to the overseers, you know, and maybe that gave them a privilege of something.
What was the attitude towards those people? I mean, from like, 'cause
don't trust them.
That's. I mean, was there a lot of anger or resentment towards them?
Not necessarily anger. You just stayed away from them, you know.
Because these people were.
They were not good.
Not good. Were they informants?
That's exactly it.
Okay, so we could say that there were people that were. Did you know? I mean, did you trust anybody?
Yes.
Like who?
Yes. I had a girlfriend called Hannah. If you ask me what her last name is, I don't know now.
Sure.
She was from Prague, and she was very, very sweet. And she was ready to get married, and she was older than me. And that was it. She was just nice, you know.
And you trusted her?
Oh, absolutely.
But as far as anyone else that you met?
After the war, we just parted. She stayed in Prague, and I went to Brno, you know.
Sure. But everybody else in the camp, you just didn't know whether they were trustworthy?
I mean, they were nice, and but you wouldn't.
Sure.
You don't trust everybody.
Sure. So you were placed in the
Even
train.
in today's life, even in today's life, we don't have, thank God, any concentration camps and everything. Okay.
Sure.
But you have to know whom you can trust and whom you cannot trust.
Absolutely.